I'm really glad to be here tonight. And one of the reasons I'm glad to be here is because this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. And it's become more near and dear to my heart over the last probably 5 or 6 years primarily. I've been meditating. My father taught me how to meditate when I was very young. He had I think it was an actual guru come to our house, and it was transcendental meditation. And I was given a mantra, which was the stupidest mantra in the world. And we weren't supposed to tell anyone what our mantra was.
Are you going to tell us?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, because I don't think that was a really good rule. And my mantra was ing, I-N-G, ing. So I was supposed to sit there.
Too.
Was it really? Seriously? And that's why they tell you not to tell anyone, because it's everybody's mantra. Everybody has the same mantra. But I've been meditating for all my life, and yet it hasn't really been until the last 5 or 6 years that I have really learned to be present, or am learning to be present. The reason that this is really near and dear to me as well is because when I work with my clients, what I have found is that no matter what external goal, life goal, career goal, anything that any of my clients are working on, every single one of them is also having to bring themselves fully to this notion of who they are, how they show up in the world, their relationship with themselves. Because if they're not doing that, any work that they're doing, putting together their grand schemes and grand plans and working on how do I make this career or this goal happen, if they're not doing the inner work of really finding a peace within, then they don't have a strong foundation. And the goals, they last for a little while, but ultimately they break down again. So I'd like to start off tonight by just asking all of us tonight to take a deep breath. And take another. If you're not sure how to breathe, and that is the case for a lot of people, they're like, well, what do you mean take a deep breath? I'm breathing. What I'd like you to do is go ahead and close your eyes. And breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And with each breath, let that breath go ahead and fill your lungs and feel the air drop down into your body. And as you do, I will just ask you to bring your awareness to the fact that you have a body. Just bring your awareness to the fact that, oh, yeah, I've got a body. Keep with your breath. My body has some weight. My body has some mass. And feel that mass, feel that weight settle into your chair. Let it go. You're here now. And on the third breath, open your eyes and just be present here in the room. All right. I'd like you to turn to somebody now. Turn to somebody and greet them. Say hello to them. And see if perhaps your greeting is a little bit more present. Ty, how you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Chance to get connected.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to have you here. Yeah. You might find that as you do so, there's just a little bit more of a connection. That's presence. And the reason we do that is because it helps us to tune up. It helps us to show up present, to make a choice of how we want to be in the world. I was listening to Jon Kabat-Zinn speak to a group of Google employees, and he said something that has lasted with me ever since I heard that. And what he said was, imagine that you're in a symphony, and imagine you're going to come together with other musicians, and you're going to play beautiful music together. So you come in, you sit down, you've got your instruments. What's the first thing you do? It's the very first thing you do.
Tune up.
You tune your instruments. You tune your instruments. And isn't it amazing how often we go out into the world to make beautiful music with our lives, to make beautiful music with the people that we encounter and engage with, to create with others. And we often do it without tuning up. without paying attention. If you're tuning your instrument, right, you're probably tuning it, and while I've got my violin, see, how would one tune a violin? And as you're tuning your violin, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Listening.
You're listening. You're paying attention. Presence is listening to ourselves, listening to our state of being. That's all presence is. It's simply being present with what is happening around us and what is happening within us. And what is happening within us typically is a feeling state. So the idea of presence is to drop into a real state of feeling. What is happening within me? What's happening in this relationship that I'm having right now? What is happening around me? Now there's also mindfulness, and tonight we're going to talk about the power of presence, but we're also talking about mindfulness and how to bring our mindfulness into our daily lives. Because the idea isn't to always be in this state of deep meditative thought, right? You know, we can't live in a cave, and we can't necessarily always be moving through our world in this deep meditative place. We want to be active, we want to be playful, we want to be engaged, we want to have all sorts of ourselves showing up in all sorts of different ways. So mindfulness is the choice to be present. To be mindful is to stop, to take a moment and recognize, wait a minute, all right, I need to be present in this moment. So you're being mindful of your desire to want to be present. And to be present is simply to be with whatever is happening and to have full access to what I call the full dimensionality of your humanity. To have full access to all aspects of yourself. To the joys, to the sorrows, to the angst, to the anxiety, to the feeling of freedom, to whatever is happening, to have access to all of that. That gives us a lot of power, to have access to all aspects of what is happening within us at any time.